That was a scene, probably word for word, from Heartbreakers. Our next game of the night is Slideshow. If our professors could join me on the floor.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Professor Snitsnibble.
And mine is Professor.
Just Professor.
The way that we're going to teach our class today is we want to know what you want to know. So if you had to take a class on absolutely anything, what would you like to take a class on?
Aliens. Phenology. Wombology.
Okay, guys, we've decided that we're going to do the history of alien invasions. If we could have the lights, please, for our first slide. Pay no attention to the people posing behind us. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our class on the history of alien invasions.
Yes, welcome.
As you may or may not know, alien invasions have been taking place for about 20 minutes now. Millennia.
Yes,
Millennia.
millennia. 20 millennia.
Minutes, millennia, potato, potato. Indeed. As you can see here, before we've even encountered American life forms, the deer and antelope have played on the railroad tracks,
Yes.
causing plenty of horrible mutations.
So if you look back, this is actually taking place in the great continent Pangaea. This is one of the great giant Pangaean trees that used to be so targeted by some of the earliest alien visitors that we had. See, here, this one with the blue scales is trying to get through this bush, this large bush here. Unfortunately, it takes about 100,000 more years for these blue-scaled aliens to realize the difference between bushes and cows.
Well, actually, if you look at the very edge of the photograph, we have taken a zoomed-in picture of the bush. This is an adequate representation of the bush on a 1 to 400 scale. All right, next slide.
Okay, so we're going now up to some of the earliest appearances of civilization. This is the Crescent Valley.
As you can see here, the aliens over here are really confused as to why there's some anal probing going on in ancient Egyptian culture. It's a little known fact that alien probing doesn't occur. You can take my word for this, you can take his word for it, you can also take the word of probably any alien that you were likely to meet, unless they're from Mexico.
Totally. Anyway, so if we start focusing in on the image, down here, we have a rug. Back over this way, though, we have a giant temple that was built in devotion to the alien here. Unfortunately, this structure would be destroyed by the aliens, outraged by the, well, by this.
The next slide, please.
Yes. First, you'd like to introduce the time period we're bringing them to now?
This time period would be the start of the Greco-Roman period. As you can see here, sacrifices made to the alien gods are about to take what we like to call a split. See, as you can see right here, we have a Greco-Roman actually demonstrating the split for you. And right where the split comes together, that's the period we're at this current time in this current slide. The split is actually the difference between abortion worshipping and alien worshipping. The words are very, very similar.
And here, I can actually demonstrate both of them taking place right now. This alien is actually sucking this man's brain out through his eyes. This is alien. But over here, we have a woman trying to snap her own neck. This is abortion. Is there anything else you'd like to cover?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
I think we're ready for the next slide.
Now, this next slide is where Professor and myself deviate a little in taste and style, and more adequately, in our firm beliefs on what alien cultures actually mean.
I'm going to take the stage first.
Yeah, please do.
My position.
Please do. Because, see, what we have here is the two representation of aliens. The peaceful versus the invading force. Do they want Earth, or do they want us because we are damn sexy? As you can see here, this is a representation of the most artistic form of sexiness I've ever been able to describe. Right here. As you can see, the roundness. Superb. And the alien back here is thinking, do I want to tap that? Or do I want to take that home with me for a couple nights?
But if you look at it accurately with any degree of science, you see this human prostrating himself, begging for mercy, as he sees these two aliens fighting each other to kill this woman. And this thinking alien, if you look very closely behind it, you see a hunter hiding behind him, using his own kind as a sort of protective shield to get in close, to strike that final blow. And this is a man hiding. He's camouflaging. He's very hard to see. You have to look incredibly closely.
Just a second. I'd like to argue on that point. It's quite obvious that this is just the Pope who has snuck in to our lecture. Pope! 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 God damn it, Pope!
Yes. I'd like to remind you, this was the video slide you had to put in.
Oh, okay, this is the video slide. Let's see this play out.
First play.
Right.
Yes.
Take me home for a couple of nights. I'm thinking a couple of nights. Not just one. I'm thinking more than one. Can't have just a taste.
First pause on that, please. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. This one's very confusing.
And it's not going to be on the exam anyway. Just read the chapter about it.
Let's move on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Think of this one upside down. If you
Okay, well, while we're resetting the slide here, what I'd like to tell you is we're going to move into the pre-modern era of aliens. As you can see here, aliens have become more evolved. What I mean from that is that now they don't even look remotely humanoid.
So actually, if you look closely, they more resemble giraffes with long and a small protruding snout-based skull.
This actually leads to the common belief that giraffes are put here on Earth from aliens to inspect us and eat our tall trees. Because everyone knows we keep our secrets in the tallest of trees.
So that's actually where the real president of the entire world lives. This is in a small leaf somewhere in Africa.
But what I find most intriguing is right here. Yeah, go ahead and explain what this is.
This is what aliens in the pre-modern area were using as their interstellar crafts. It's actually made to resemble a gigantic frog that flies through space. That's why sightings were so uncommon in this area. Even though this was one of the most frequent periods where they visited, most people just thought that it was a giant frog. And they thought that was really cool, but then it was just a big thing.
Let's move on to the last slide that we have today. In order to close out today's lecture, we really want to take you into what we believe the future of aliens are going to be, okay? Because, as we all know, looking toward the future is like looking into the past reversed.
And that future is the tango.
As we all know, aliens have slowly been developing more and more arms so they can do tangos with more and more people. We also know that the Macarena has become increasingly complicated on planet Glornak 5.
But one thing that aliens, it's sort of a niche art right now, and we're still all very curious to see how it pans out, is modern interpretive dance. This alien performer right here is trying to convey some sort of message to the audience, even though he sort of just looks like a douche.
I'm pretty sure that he actually just left this giant turd streak across the floor.
It really is art.
Nothing says art like a giant streak of feces.
And that's the point we have to end.
Yeah, that's the point we have to end on.
Thank you for